Yo, what's up, everybody? Richard Carbajal here from richcarbajal.com. Hopefully, you are feeling fantastic and having a great day. Want to drop this video for my entire Toastmaster family from across the globe. I am going to make it specifically on pathways. All right, so if you're brand new or if you've been in Toastmasters and just haven't started pathways, this is going to teach you a step-by-step of where to go exactly to access your assessment, base camp, and your path. All right, choose your path. So let's get started, baby. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to www.toastmasters.org. Once again, it's www.toastmasters.org. And once you go there, you're going to end up on this page. All right. Now, if you're watching this and you're not in Toastmasters yet, then what you want to do is you could either contact me, Richard Carbajal, and you could find me on Facebook, Richard Carbajal. You'll find that it says Toastmasters, or you could email me at do Toastmasters Carbajal, Carbajal, rich at gmail.com. So Toastmaster Carbajal rich at gmail.com, or you could just specifically do this if you're another part of the country. You could go to find a club, and then you would enter your zip code like I would enter mine, 90745, and here I'll just use a Long Beach. And what will happen is, voila, you'll get a listing of all the Toastmasters clubs that are around you. I'm here. This is me, Carson, California. And look at all the Toastmasters clubs that are around me. There's actually one, I was surprised when I looked this up. There's one that's less than a mile away. And it's in the library. It's my home club, which is Ethical Elite. And that had been there for years. I think we're on our 20-year anniversary. And I've been in Toastmasters for 5.5 years. And I never knew. I always went into the library and I never knew it was there. So that's the power of this section here. Now, going back to if those of you that are already in Toastmasters, then what you want to do is you want to go to login. So if you just joined Toastmasters, then you want to use the email, right? Or your member ID. The email or member ID that you received. So the email that you signed up with or the member ID that you received. And if it's your first time logging in, then you want to go to forget password or forgot password, and they'll send you an email with a temporary password that you could use here. If you've been in Toastmasters for a while, same thing, use that email. And if you don't remember your password, do the same thing, forgot password. If you do, just log in. So I'm going to pause this real quick so I could log in. Awesome. Welcome back, everybody. All right. So once you logged in, you'll see one of the things you have to see, that you got to make sure that it's you. All right. As you see here, welcome, Richard. All right. You want to see that, and that'll tell you that you're logged in. If you don't see a welcome, your name or anybody else's name, that means you're still logged out. All right. Or even here, if it says log in still, then something went wrong. All right. So what you want to do now is, you'll have all these drop downs once again, and they have a lot of good information that you could look into, but we want to focus on the pathways section. All right, let me cancel that out. So once we go into pathways, or pretty much click on it, you'll see that there's learn more, access my path through base camp, take assessment, go to base camp, choose path, and pathway accessible materials. And here we want to focus on take the assessment. And the reason we want to focus on this, and we want you to do that rather than go ahead and choose a path right away, is because this assessment, one, Toastmasters paid a lot of money to get the research done, right? And has been working on this for 5 years to really tailor to your needs, what it is that you really want, right? Most of the time we think with our minds or our brains, and we forget to think with our hearts of what we really want. And what happens is we thought we wanted this, but in reality, it was something else, right? And this taking the assessment does. It's kind of like a little coaching, like you say, a little coaching assessment that will figure out, what path you should take. And it'll give you a list of 3 at the end of the assessment. And once you finish, if you don't like any of those 3, you could go ahead and choose your first. Because let's say your first choice was dynamic leadership, right? But according to the assessment and the answers that you gave, really that are coming from your heart. Remember, when a question is usually posed to you, you can either internalize it and think about it and then respond with your, what it is you're calling your heart or your gut feeling, right? Rather than just your mind or response right away. And that's what it does. So let's say if you first chose dynamic leadership, but depending on your answers, they're actually recommending strategic relationships, presentation mastery, and persuasive influence, then there's some thinking about, like, like I should possibly take one that they gave me. But as I mentioned, you don't have to choose one of those 3. And it's the power of 3 once again, right? Same thing with our speeches. One of those most likely you'll become more immersed in it, and it'll keep you going depending on your answers. All right, so we would go to take the assessment. We'll click on that, and it's going to take us here. Now, when you get to this section, as you'll see, the base camp, your first path is free with your membership. You'll read here basically what it says, and then we're going to go to take an assessment. Now, what you want to see on this side, if you want printed materials like a book, if you're into the old school type of, curriculum, then you'd want the printed materials, and just remember it's going to be $25 more. All right, so let's go to see how this take an assessment looks. So we click on that, and then it says, all right, so what language do you want? Answer the following questions to identify the path that best meets your personal and professional development goals. All right, your answers will remain confidential. All right, so we're going to go in English. I know español también, pero voy a hacer en inglés mejor. And then we would start. So I'm going to go ahead and here, I'll actually let you see the first question, and then I'll pause this and we'll meet you back at the end of this. All right. All right. So let's see the first question. That way I want you to see the simplicity of this. So select 3 topics you are interested in learning about from the list below. Right. That's actually a really good question. For me, I would go, it's like Regis. Can I make a phone call? Nah. So I love leadership. I love negotiation, change management, networking, coaching, and I would possibly go coaching. Yes, those are my top 3. All right. So I'll give you one more question. All right. So which of the following topics is most related to the personal and professional goals that brought you to Toastmasters? So coaching, leadership, or negotiation. So now it starts narrowing down. So that's really good. Right. Now this is going to take me probably some time. So I'm going to pause this. I'm going to pause the recording and I'll meet you at the end. All right. Cool. Yo, what's up? Welcome back. So I took the assessment, and interestingly, I got my results back. As I mentioned, you get 3 paths that they suggest, right? And it was the assessment was pretty simple. I mean, I think it was only like 15, 20 questions, multiple choice. But as you've seen, that second one kind of like stumped me. I was like, holy crap. I really got to think about this, right? So let's look at this, right? I believe you're looking at my screen. Let me make sure. Here, let me hide myself. All right. All right, cool. So if you look at my screen, so the best match, according to my answers, was effective coaching. Now, I'm not going to lie. my first choice when I seen the entire list of 10 paths was presentation mastery. I said, I want to be a master presenter, right? But then look at this. This is what I'm talking about compared to my answers, right? I really, especially it all starts on the first one. You'll see that when they ask about, why'd you join Toastmasters? And see, my ultimate goal is to be a coach. I want to train people. I want to coach people. I want to have them and teach them how to break through limitations. So, you know what? I'm gonna go with effective coaching. This is literally like the universe telling me, like, dude, this is where you gotta go. If you go to presentation mastery, yeah, you'll get better presenter, but guess what? Your heart says go to effective coaching. So this is what I love about the New Pathways training program, because now you have more of a guide, okay, and a path of where to go through, obviously, right? Pathways. So let's go ahead and what you do, and as I mentioned again, these are the three. So they thought effective coaching was my best match, but there's also motivational strategies and dynamic leadership. And then you'll have this option down here where you could just go ahead and choose these paths. You'll read up more on them, right? On the other, at least 7, right? Yeah. But I'm going to go ahead and choose effective coaching, right? And I'm going to follow up with you guys as well, just to give you a heads up. Let's say 3 months from now, like, hey, I've been working on effective coaching. This is where it has helped me. Oh, excuse me. I don't know why I'm burping so much. But it's probably because I'm just inhaling a lot of air because I'm so excited. So let's go ahead and choose that path. Now it says, please confirm that you would like to proceed with effective coaching. So yes, of course. So let me pause this. All right. No, so it was really pretty fast. So it says you'll get this confirmation on enrolling into the Toastmasters Pathways journey, right? And then it just says it might take about 30 minutes to get started. All right. So that's really all it is. So let's go to return the pathway start page. So once you choose your path, right? And then you would log in as a member, right? And then this would be your base camp. So once you log in here, you have to now log into base camp, right? Once you choose your path. So you would first choose your path, right? As I mentioned, go to pathways, right? And then you would go to take the assessment. Then once you take the assessment, you come from where I just showed you. You would choose your path there, and then you would, I believe here is your access my path through base camp. Yeah. So then when you log in again, you don't have to choose your path because you already chose it, but then you would log in here as a member. So I'll try it right now, see if we're already there, but it said it might take 30 minutes, right? So log in as a member. All right, it says please disable your pop-up blocker to Basecamp. All right, cool. So I didn't have to input no information, right? So here it says take a tour. So I would basically take a tour of what I'm logging into. So navigating Basecamp, my education transcript, my feedback, my badges, speech evaluations. So this is what's cool. I really like the gamification that Toastmasters added here, where you'll be able to get badges as you complete, right? As you complete your speeches, or even, I believe, leadership activities within the club, and other members will be able to log in as well and give you a badge and recommend you and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. Your speech evaluations. What else? So we would take a tour. Let me pause this real quick and let me see what I could find that'll be cool to show you guys. All right, everybody, welcome back. And I've been browsing this a little bit, and it comes down to get access to your, let's say, the path you chose. You want to go to my education transcript. So you'll click on that, and then you'll start here. You open the curriculum, right? and then you'll have access to what it is of your path, right? So level 1, obviously you want to complete level 1, so you view the details. So here it is. So in level 1, you want to complete, your first one is no doubt your icebreaker, which mostly is about you. You introduce yourself to your club, what it is that you like, share anything you want the club to know about you. And what's cool about this section is it doesn't move on. You can't move on until you actually activate the icebreaker. Once you activate it, it'll give you, here, we could even, let's see. So we launch it, and then you'll see your first project. All right. Let me see if I could move this down. And what I really like about this new curriculum is there's a lot of online training. So a whole lot of online training that you could, there's videos, which I'll show you in the navigator. But this is really my first project. Again, let's see. I guess I'd have to open it all the way. Okay. Can you see this? All right, so I would just choose begin, and then it would share what this entire project is about. Let me get out of there. And then my next projects would be evaluation and feedback, research and presenting, and then the completion of my level 1, and then I move on to level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5. So yeah, so that's how you would access your, pretty much your path. And when you go, just remember when you go to your, let me get out of here. I think because I have this video software going, it's not letting me. So let me pause this again. All right, cool. So now that I showed you where you could access your path, which is through here, through my education transcript, or you could actually come here to the open your curriculum. So as you see, this is my path. Then another important thing is the speech evaluations, right? Those that are going to evaluate your speech, because that's how you get credit. And they either, one of two things could do. They could log in if they have an iPad. They could log into, I believe it's your the Toastmasters.org, and give you the evaluation there. Or you basically you could download it and send it to them. So what you would do here is there's a bunch of questions. So they're actually pretty cool to access. How do I save my evaluation? Restore Basecamp, everything. You'll find all the information there. But you would just scroll down here for, let's say, your icebreaker. Click on icebreaker. It comes up, and then they launch it, right? So launching course. And hopefully no one here is an ah counter or counter. And if you are, just send me send me your response, and I'll work on it for my next video, all right? So yeah, as I mentioned, you know what? It's not launching the course, I think, because I'm recording. But you would go, so let me stop this. Okay, we're back. So yeah, as I mentioned, you would just simply go to speech evaluations. You would click on it. And then you would scroll down here and then access icebreaker or whatever project you're actually working on. But your first one would be the icebreaker. And then you would just simply launch it. All right. So that pretty much completes it. Let me backtrack. And disable your pop-ups. Oh, and the last thing is the navigator. So navigator is it. So let's look at it. So it's just a kind of like a little booklet where, let me show you. So yeah, so this is what the navigator looks like. So it navigates you through your entire, really your pathways journey. And I would download it, to be honest with you. I would download it, print it out. Oh, where'd it go? I would download it and print it out because it's a guide, right? So it welcomes you to Toastmasters, tells you about Toastmasters Club, things you could possibly write down about the club, your speech evaluations, how to track them, your experience thus far, how to expand your journey, and then there's a bunch of other resources, obviously choosing your path, the magazine, speaking tips. There's a video library, which is cool, about speaking, about, I would say, I think, I haven't checked it out, honestly, but uh, I wouldn't say I haven't checked it out. I've seen a few videos, but here, you know what? Let's go. I'll just show you right now. All right, so the 2017 convention testimonials, how to use visual aids, what to do if you get sidetracked. Here's some stories about members. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, and then look, there's a whole list, or 42 items. So 42 videos that you can watch, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so I'm excited. Hopefully you are too, and hopefully this brought some value to you. Of really, you've seen the simplicity. Right now we're at 20 minutes, but you could get started, I think, in like 10, 15, the max. We've just been going back and forth, but 10, 15 minutes, you could have your path, or you could be on track on your path, right? Something that you are really passionate about, and then just get to the club, work on your public speaking, obviously your communication and your leadership skills. Help out in the club where you can. When I came in Toastmasters, I just went literally just gun ho. Every week that there was an opportunity, I spoke, or I helped out in any function, right? This is where you'll get the most out of Toastmasters, by really just immersing yourself in the curriculum and just saying, hey, you know what? In order for me to grow, I just have to make it happen. Every day I show up, and I'm gonna be of service, right? Either sharing your knowledge with everybody, or you're gonna help out in a leadership role in the club. Once again, I'm really excited, as I mentioned. Let me get out of this. And thank you for logging on. Hopefully it brought, as I mentioned, value. If you want to connect with me, I did write down my information. Let me get that for you. Let me bring that up. All right, there it goes. So my name is Richard Carbajal. You could email me at toastmastercarbajalrich@gmail.com. You could, or actually work with me at richcarbajal.com. I'll be updating my website or my blog in this year. So that right now you just go to a landing page of what I'm doing right now. But with that, hopefully it brought value. I do appreciate you, and let's get into pathways and hope to hear about your success with Toastmasters. All right. Take care and talk soon. God bless.